Morning, Matt. So your question on the whole EQ thing, man. So it'll be a cool video. So everybody's been asking for this. The fun thing is in the group here for the plethora, this actually sparked me to go and get this here thing, the EQ2 from Source Audio, and pretty wow. So thank you guys for pushing this. There's got to be some realistic expectations as to what you want. This thing's wild. There's also the EQ 200 from Boss. I think those two are the main major pedals. But in the plethora, there's things to consider. Like all of the things that are going to get asked in the group, yay, why not? But they get asked over and over again. So one, go and check through the group for stuff that's being asked. And two, we have to set some sort of realistic thing here. There's only so much juice in a plethora. It's not meant to do everything. Like tuners are something that I've asked as well. The tuner is in there. It's basic. It's beautiful. Everything they do is really cool. But if there's stuff that already exists out there, like the Ditto Looper, the Ditto Plus, with the little moving graphics and all that, I've asked in the beta testing, why can't we have that? It can only fit so much stuff. Yeah, who knows? Maybe in a plethora 2 or B or the megapleth 5 or X whatever, that could be done. So I think it's good to ask those questions, but set realistic goals in mind. They can only do so much, and maybe they'll do other pedals that integrate more and more stuff. The TC boys do some pretty cool stuff. It's got to be said, but there's already out there mega solutions like this, which are cool. I put together a playlist of all the research that I did on these things, and in the end, to me, it just made more sense to just plunk down and get one of these things. And this is from somebody who's out there running multiple Helix rigs, running all kinds of stuff that have really good EQs in them. But from my perspective, like from a user design interface perspective of what you are going to do with the damn thing, you need to have pedals that do multiple things all in one. Probably should just remain separate pedals, that you can pick and pop and do all these things. There's no real way to do that. Even the Helix, you see me bigging that up, but even the Helix EQs in their blocks, which are super powerful, the interface to get in there and tweak those things is a lot harder than it needs to be. They have a global EQ where you can just draw, on the map of the lines, what the EQ should be. And that's instant satisfaction, but you need a computer to do it. So, my advice, what the group gave me is the fact that, okay, these things exist out there. I found one that actually beats, in terms of usability, all the other ones. And from there, I'm pushing line 6 to say, well, hey, why can't we have these graphs on those DSP blocks? Or we're pushing TC and saying, hey, why can't we have a pedal that does this, but also does this and that from this group and that group and all that stuff? So, be realistic about what you're going to get. Know that there's other stuff out there. Know that everybody in this group kind of pushes everybody else to see the other gear and see what you could have today. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe they'll decide, okay, yeah, that's really worth doing, but I don't think a plethora is ever going to be able to swing that much graphical, intense, DSP heavy mishmashery. I would suggest you go see this thing and you see the EQ2. Check out Felipe, I call him George all the time, Clooney. Look, I've even got on the black shirt. Check your boy out, as he's got a really good one for the Boss thing, which has actual knobbies. I don't know if I've done the right thing in getting this or the other one, but this thing has MIDI. This thing, you can connect a MIDI controller too, and this thing has a little wah pedal, and this does all the stuff that you're talking about, moving around, doing wah, great editors. You can share presets off this, right off your phone, kind of like you can do with the plethora, and send them back and forth. There's a cloud thing. There are people making super fantastic presets for the EQ. Can you imagine? Presets for an EQ, and you can fit 128 different presets in here, and this can do everything. You know, it can be a boost, can tweak your guitars into whatever you want. So, my 2 cents. If that's really what you want, go get one. They're cool. Source Audio dudes, they're really cool. Maybe TC will come out with one. Maybe Line 6 will come out with one. I don't know. But, yeah, man. I would highly recommend, if you're getting into EQ, dig it. I'll check my little research folder into this and go. And hopefully that'll be useful for other people in the group who are looking at this. You know, I've been messing with EQ for 30 years. This thing is cool. Could it be better? Yeah, for sure. Everything could be better, but you know, push the guys. Keep the ideas coming, man. I like the way you're thinking, but for sure, if you really want stuff, get pedals like this. Or if you really want a cool tuner, the TC ones are pretty awesome. The Polytune ones, there's all kinds of ones that are even way better. Cost, and I think you have to be realistic with that as well. Not just you, everyone. If you're asking for stuff that's already out there and way better, and there's kind of a conflict of interest for a manufacturer to create something that they've already created, integrated into a pedal. And in the Helix groups, this whole discussion of the tuners or the this or the that and the other goes on and on and on in circles and circles and circles and becomes really boring, man. So branch out. The idea that the plethora is an all-in-one solution that's going to do everything is, to me personally, a falsity. It is meant to be integrated with other stuff. It can do what it can do. Yeah, ask, but keep the feet on the ground and anchored in reality. You would need much more processing to do it. Dual processors. You learn that from the Helix thing as well. Everything has a limit. You can ask the earth, but are you gonna get it? Nah, maybe not. So branch out and get new gear. Ain't it cool? Look, this thing lights up. Has a good op ramp. Has great circuitry. On-screen display. Makes a tuner, does all kinds of crap. So, and it's blue. If only it were purple. And she can be powered, like by battery. You know what I mean? That thing's cool. Even if you're ripping that off and using it with other stuff, I use this thing with Waza Airs, just as an amp like that, so I can tweak. As I'm switching guitars between a Les Paul, I can get the sound where I want it fast. Use the MIDI on it to set up presets, so I'm not going down there and tweaking stuff all the time. I set stuff up and it's amazing, this thing. So hope that helps, dude.